Benjamin Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
They call him a hero.
And loudly stand with Israel.
Trump calls him
my friend.
But others call him devil.
Man, we have the right leader of Israel.
Ruthless, pragmatic, unstoppable. Benjamin Netanyahu was born in 1949 in Tel Aviv, just 1 year after the creation of Israel. He spent much of his early life in Jerusalem. His father, Benjamin Netanyahu, was a historian specializing in Jewish history, which played a crucial role in shaping Netanyahu's ideological outlook. In his teenage years, Netanyahu moved to Pennsylvania, United States, where his father worked as a professor. That's also where he got his American accent from.
Rain or shine, and right now it just rained.
He attended high school in Pennsylvania before studying architecture and management at MIT. In 1967, he decided to move back to Israel to volunteer for the Israeli Defense Forces. He joined the Sayeret Matkal, a special reconnaissance unit conducting classified anti-terror operations. He was a soldier for 5 years, has seen combat, and has been wounded various amounts of times. His most notable military operation was in 1972, the Sabina Flight 571. Flying from Brussels to Tel Aviv, the Sabina 571 was hijacked by 4 Palestinian militants strapped with explosives. 90 people were held hostage. Israel's answer was Operation Isotope, a special military operation where Netanyahu was part of the 16-man squad that infiltrated the plane, killing 2 of the hijackers. In the short shootout, a bullet penetrated the soldier right in front of him and landed in the shoulder of Netanyahu. Although he was able to recover, his comrade was not and died in the hospital later that day. Still, the operation was called a great success, freeing nearly every hostage and ending the hijacking. After his decorated career in the Special Forces, he shortly left active service only to return to fight in the 1973 Yom Kippur War. 3 years later, Benjamin Netanyahu's brother, also part of the same Special Forces, Jonathan Netanyahu, was killed in a plane hijacking operation in Uganda. It is believed that these events have majorly shaped young Benjamin's beliefs on how to handle the Arab resistance in Israel. After finally leaving the military, Netanyahu worked as a management consultant at the Boston Consulting Group. His transition into politics was swift, with his appointment as Deputy Chief of Mission at the Israeli Embassy in Washington, D.C. Later, from 1984 to 1988, he served as Israel's ambassador to the United Nations. During this period, Netanyahu became well known internationally for his articulate defense of Israel's positions on various issues, laying groundwork for his future in domestic politics. Netanyahu returned to Israel in the late 1980s and entered the political arena as a member of the far-right Likud party. Elected to the parliament in 1988, he quickly made his mark by serving in key positions. In 1993, Netanyahu was chosen to lead Likud, signaling the start of his long career in Israeli politics. His ascent was rapid. His combination of strong rhetoric skills, a disciplined public image, and his embrace of modern campaign strategies resonated with many Israelis. In a 1996 election, the first in which the Israeli public directly voted for the prime minister, Netanyahu defeated Shimon Peres, becoming Israel's youngest prime minister at the time. His first term was defined by a hardline stance on security and skepticism towards the peace process. His instance on security over rapid concessions to the Palestinians set the tone for his future policies. However, internal divisions and controversies, including early corruption allegations and disputes over settlement policies, eventually led to his defeat in the 1999 elections. After a brief pause, during which he worked in the private sector, Netanyahu returned to politics in the early 2000s. He held critical portfolios, including Minister of Foreign Affairs and Minister of Finance, where he was instrumental in implementing economic reforms and maintaining Israel's robust security posture. In 2009, Netanyahu returned as Prime Minister, a position he held continuously until 2021, making him the longest-serving Prime Minister in Israeli history. During this period, he oversaw significant economic growth and a series of tough security measures. His government pursued policies that reinforced Israel's military strength, including robust responses to periodic escalations in Gaza and confrontations with regional adversaries like Iran and Hezbollah. Netanyahu's tenure was also marked by major diplomatic moves, such as leveraging his influence in America to grant Israel a more favorable position, the best example being Donald Trump's first presidency, where the US recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital and brokered normalization agreements with several Arab states. Netanyahu's approach towards Gaza has repeatedly drawn severe criticism. Although his government often justified his military actions as essential for Israel's survival, critics argue that his policies like the blockade of Gaza and hindering humanitarian aids are crimes against humanity. In fact, under Netanyahu's rule, Israel has turned into an apartheid state, where the Arab population lives under martial law and does experience serious racism every day. The Palestinian representatives accuse Benjamin Netanyahu and the State of Israel of a genocide against the Palestinians. Moreover, his handling of the October 7 Hamas attack was seen by many as a catastrophic security failure, leading to widespread protests and calling for his resignation. And especially on October 7th attack, one might question how Mossad, Israel's intelligence agency, did not know about such a large-scale attack happening right at its doorsteps. Netanyahu's steadfast opposition to a two-state solution and his advocacy for maintaining full Israeli control over contested territories have polarized opinions both domestically and internationally. Supporters applaud his Israel-first policy, but opponents see his policies as contributing to regional instability and undermining prospects for lasting peace. Following Israel's brutal military invasion into Gaza and the deaths of tens of thousands of Palestinian civilians, the International Court has issued an arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu. While the US and Israel, and most recently Germany, do not recognize the decision of the ICC, the warrant still stands. 1761. 1761 is the number of members of the House and the Senate in the US that have received money from AIPAC, the Israeli lobby group, since 1990. Together with their parties and politicians that didn't get elected, they have received a total of $730 million. Not only is AIPAC the largest lobby group in the United States, it is also the most influential. It dictates American foreign policy in the Middle East and ensures that Israel's interests are taken care of. And the most prominent member of AIPAC is Benjamin Netanyahu himself. And just to name a few politicians on this list: Joe Biden, who got paid $4.2 million, Hillary Clinton, $2.5 million, Kamala Harris, $570,000. We live in a rapidly changing world. People like Benjamin Netanyahu, who can bend the world to their will, have the power to decide how the world's conflicts play out. The only thing left for us to do is to carefully observe and analyze what will happen and what does happen. If you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing. I promise you more quality videos like this. It would help me out a ton. Thank you for watching. See you next time.